welcome back to my channel. Today we will discuss another interview question. Problem name is unique path. Don't forget to watch the whole video as I have also discussed the follow-up question in great detail which you are most likely to get if you get this question in your interviews. So now let's read what the problem description says. A robot is located at the top left corner of M cross N grid marked as start in the diagram. The robot can only move either down or right at any point in time. The robot is trying to reach the bottom right corner of the grid marked as finish in the diagram. How many possible unique paths are there? A robot is standing on this start position and the robot wants to reach this finish position and he can move either down or right. So what you have to find is that how many possible unique paths are there so that the robot can reach from this start point to this finish point. So now let's take some examples to understand this problem. Now let's take this example in which we have given 3 cross 2 matrix which has 3 columns and 2 rows. Robot has to reach from this starting point to this finish point. So now let's roughly figure out the ways by which robot can reach from this starting point to this finish point. So robot can go like this, or it can go like this, or it can go like this. So there are 3 possible ways. Now let's try to deeply understand how this 3 is coming. It is very obvious that, for example, if we want to find the number of ways by which we can reach the circled position, this one, then the total number of ways to reach this position will be number of ways by which we can reach here from top plus number of ways by which we can reach here from left, right? What I am trying to say that the number of ways will be sum of the total of number of ways by which we can reach here from top plus number of ways by which we can reach here from left, right? For example, if we consider this position, that is 2, and we want to find the number of ways by which we can reach 2. So there is only one way by which we can reach 2, that is we can reach from left as we cannot move up, right? So the sum total will be 1. Now let's take 3 cross 3 matrix and let's try to figure out the number of ways by which we can reach at each position in the matrix. It is obvious that the number of ways to reach this starting position will be 1. Now let's take this position. The number of ways to reach this position will be 1. That is from left as we cannot move up, right? Now let's take this position. The number of ways to reach this position will be 1, right? Now let's take this position. The number of ways to reach this position will be 1 as we can only move down here, right? Now let's take this position. The number of ways by which we can reach this position will be sum of the ways by which we can reach from top plus the number of ways by which we can reach from left, right? So the number of ways will be 1 plus 1, so it is 2, right? Now let's take this position. So the number of ways to reach this position will be sum of the ways by which we can reach from top plus sum of the ways by which we can reach from left, right? So it will be 2 plus 1, right? So it will be 3. I hope it is clear to you what I am doing. Now let's take this position. So the number of ways to reach this position will be 1 as we can only reach this position from upwards, right? Now let's take this position. So the number of ways to reach this position will be sum of the ways by which we can reach from left plus sum of the ways by which we can reach from upwards, right? So it will be 3. Now let's take this finish position. So the number of ways by which we can reach this finish position will be sum of the ways by which we can reach from left plus sum of the ways by which we can reach from upwards, right? So it will be 3 plus 3, that is 6. So the number of ways by which we can reach from initial position, that is starting position, to this final position will be 6. I hope it is clear to you how 6 is coming. I hope the approach is clear to you now. So what can we do is we can make an M cross N matrix, that is 2D array of M columns and N rows, and we can fill that matrix as we have discussed in our approach, right? Now let's move to the code part. Here I have made 2D matrix of n rows and m columns. You can also make the 2D matrix of m rows and n columns. The answer will be same, right? But if you interchange m and n, then you have to change the code accordingly, right? As we have seen, when n equals to 0 or m equals to 0, there is only one way since the robot can't go left or up. So accordingly, I have initialized the number of paths for that positions, right? Now here we will iterate over the whole matrix except the first row and first column. This line is depicting that the number of possible paths for that particular position will be sum of the path coming from upwards plus sum of the path coming from left. So we will iterate over the whole matrix and then we will finally return our answer, which will be contained in last element of the matrix, right? So now let's try to run the code. Yes, it works. Now let's try to submit the code and see the verdict. Yes, it works. So what is the time complexity of this algorithm? It is n into m. And what is the space complexity of this algorithm? It is also n into m. Now let's move to the follow-up part of the question that we have just completed. This question is same as the question as we have just done, but what the difference is that here we have obstacles too, and the condition is that we should not cross obstacles, right? We have to find the same thing, that is how many unique paths would be there if the robot wants to go from this starting position to this finish position in presence of obstacles. Now let's discuss the example where obstacle is present and let us try to figure out the approach. Here 1 is marked as an obstacle and 0 is marked as an empty space. The procedure is same as we have discussed before, but now the obstacles are also present. So for this position the number of path is 1. For this position the number of path is 1. For this position number of path is 1. For this position the number of path is 0 as it is obstacle and we cannot go on the obstacles, right? For this position the number of paths is sum of the path coming from left plus sum of the path coming from up, right? So number of paths is 1. For this position the number of path is 0 as it is obstacle, right? For this position the number of path will be path coming from left, that is 0, and path coming from up, that is also 0. Number of path for this position is path coming from left plus path coming from up, so it is 1. For this position the possible path will be number of path coming from left plus number of path coming from up, so it is 1. Fine, so answer is 1. The code for this follow-up question is almost same as before, only difference is that here obstacles are also there, so we must take care that we do not take path which is crossing the obstacles, right? I hope the approach is clear now. Now let's move to the code part. We will first check is the matrix is empty or not. If the matrix is empty, then the path possible will be 0, right? Now we will iterate over the matrix and we will perform certain checks, like if the current position on which we are standing is an obstacle, then the number of path crossing that position will be 0, right? If the current position is starting position of the matrix and no obstacle is present on it, then the number of path possible will be 1, right? For the first row, if there is no path exists to the left side of the current position, then the number of path possible is 0, else number of path possible is 1, right? And similarly we have to perform check for the first column. If the current cell not belong to first row or first column and do not contain the obstacle, then the number of path possible will be number of path coming from left plus number of path coming from up, right? After the iteration of the whole matrix, we will return our answer, right? Now let's try to run the code. Yes, it works. Now let's try to submit the code and see the verdict. Yes, it works. So the time complexity of this algorithm is m into n and the space complexity of this algorithm is also m into n. I am considering the space occupied by the given array. If we neglect the space occupied by the given array, then the space complexity is big of 1, right? So if you like the video, please press the like button and please support me by subscribing to my channel. Comment down on which topic or question you want in the next video. Till then,